All right, folks, gather around, Manuel here. Bring in the news we all could use, because today I'm diving into a powerful story that's shaken the world, how Kenyan Gen Z and the fiery PLO Lumumba stood up to the IMF. Now I know what you're thinking. The IMF, or International Monetary Fund, is a big old institution with loads of influence. They swoop in with their loans and policies, promising economic stability. But oftentimes, these come with strings attached. Austerity measures, budget cuts, and let's face it, a whole lot of economic pain for regular folks. Now enter Kenyan Gen Z, vibrant, connected, and fiercely determined. They've grown up in a digital world, armed with information and a global perspective. They're not just passively consuming content, they're creating, mobilizing, and challenging the status quo. So when the IMF came knocking on Kenya's door with a new set of demands, Kenyan Gen Z didn't just sit back. Oh no, they took to the streets, they flooded social media, and they made their voices heard. They said, hey now, we're not about to let you dictate our future. And folks, in the midst of all this, emerged a figure who's no stranger to shaking things up. Professor PLO Lumumba. This man's got a reputation for his impassioned speeches and unwavering commitment to Pan-Africanism. With his fiery rhetoric and sharp intellect, Lumumba joined forces with the youth, amplifying their message. He called out the IMF's policies for what they often are, economic chains that keep developing nations from truly flourishing. He made it clear that the future of Kenya should be determined by Kenyans, not dictated by foreign interests with their own agendas. Together, Lumumba and the spirited Gen Z turned the tide. They organized protests, engaged in public discourse, and demanded transparency and accountability. They didn't just say no to the IMF, they proposed alternative solutions, advocating for homegrown policies that prioritize the well-being of Kenyan citizens. And boy, did the world take notice. This movement wasn't just about Kenya, it was a clarion call to other nations facing similar predicaments. It was a bold statement that the youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, but the change-makers of today. What we're witnessing here is more than just a resistance. It's a revolution of thought and action. It's a testament to the power of unity, determination, and the relentless quest for justice. So the next time you hear about IMF policies and think it's just business as usual, remember the spirited Gen Z of Kenya and the indomitable PLO Lumumba. They showed us all that with enough grit and gumption, you can stand up to giants and carve out a path for a brighter, more equitable future. And that, my friends, is how Kenyan Gen Z and PLO Lumumba shook the very foundations of the IMF. Keep that fire burning, and until next time, stay inspired and stay informed. Don't forget to push the like button and subscribe, and remember that God sees all. Stay tuned.